All right, today we're diving into a story about what seems like a perfect life. But as you'll see, it completely unravels with the discovery of one single tiny object. It's a really gripping tale about how the most beautiful surfaces can hide the absolute darkest secrets. So let's get into it. So our story starts right here, through Clara's own eyes. And this one sentence, it just sets the stage for everything. For a decade and a half, her world was perfect, total contentment, a reality she had absolutely no reason to ever question. So what did this perfect life actually look like? What was the illusion she was living in? Let's break it down. I mean, she had it all, right? The pieces were all there. Arthur, this adoring husband who treated her like a queen, a gorgeous mansion, a wonderful daughter. From the outside looking in, and from her perspective on the inside, it was the absolute picture of happiness. She really thought she had everything anyone could ever ask for. And it's so important that we remember this number, 15 years. That is a long, long time to build a life with someone, to raise a family, to trust them completely. This wasn't some whirlwind romance, it was a deep, established marriage, which makes what's about to happen just so much more shocking. Every story like this has a turning point, right? That one little moment that kicks everything off. For Clara, it wasn't some big dramatic fight or a whispered rumor. Nope, it was something way smaller and totally accidental. Just try to picture this scene. They're celebrating their love, their anniversary, and then this happens. A simple, careless moment. A key just tumbles out of his coat pocket. It could have been nothing at all, but for Clara, this little key was about to unlock everything. And here's why it mattered so much. This wasn't just any old key. It was a direct link to a huge trauma from her past. Her father, who disappeared without a single trace 2 decades earlier. It was like a ghost from her past was suddenly lying right there on the floor. So this discovery, this key, it plants this little seed of doubt that she just can't shake, and it forces her to act. It leads her to a place in her own home that holds a secret she never, ever could have imagined. You can just feel the tension in these steps, can't you? This is not some casual search. This is a deliberate, secret mission done under the cover of darkness. She's moving into forbidden territory in her own home, using a key she shouldn't have to open a safe she was told held nothing important. And right here, this is where we see the first major crack in the whole perfect facade. Arthur's casual lie, oh, it's just old business papers, is completely shattered by what she actually finds. Not dusty old files, but letters. Letters from the man she thought was gone forever. Okay, so let's get to what was actually in that safe. This is where the mystery goes from being just a little suspicious to something much, much more sinister. The lies just start stacking up, and they stack up fast. First, the location, a city her dad supposedly never even went to. Okay, weird. But the second point, that is the knockout punch. The dates. These letters were written by a man who was supposed to be dead. Arthur hadn't just been mistaken. He had lied about the most fundamental thing of all. When you see it on a timeline like this, the sheer scale of the deception is just chilling. Her father disappears, and then just a few years later, her life with Arthur begins. The entire foundation of their marriage, their family, it's all built on this one massive lie. So she's reading these impossible letters, holding literal proof of her father's life in her hands, and her head is just spinning. And then she finds it. One line, one single sentence that changes everything. And there it is. The most devastating reveal imaginable. Her father wasn't just alive, he was a prisoner. And his jailer was her husband, Arthur. The man who treated her like a queen had been holding her father captive this whole time. So, right in the middle of this horrifying realization, with the letters clutched in her hand, the story takes one final, terrifying turn. The horror is no longer an abstract secret. It becomes a very immediate, very real threat. It's that moment every character in a thriller dreads, right? She's been caught. The sound of that creaking door, it signals the end of her secret investigation and the start of a terrifying confrontation. And in that instant, the mask just drops. The kind, familiar man she's loved for 15 years is gone. In his place stands a total stranger, his face cold and completely unrecognizable. She's not looking at her husband anymore. She's looking at her father's captor. And here it is, the full crushing weight of the truth hitting her all at once. Her beautiful mansion isn't a home. It's a cage, a gilded prison beautifully designed to keep her happy, quiet, and completely unaware of the monstrous crime her perfect life was built on. So this brings us to the final, chilling moments of the story. Clara is left with this impossible choice, trapped in the basement with a man who is both her husband and her jailer. That silent smile. That might be the most terrifying detail of all. There's no anger, no panic, no explanation. Just a calm, knowing expression. He knows that she knows, and now he's coming for her. And that's the question we're left with. What does she do? Does she confront him, risking her life, her daughter's life, for a truth that could destroy everything? Or does she retreat back into the golden cage and pretend she never found that key? What would you do? It's a choice that really makes you think about the price of a beautiful lie and the terrifying cost of digging up a buried truth.